Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
I am joined right now with Frank Mahoney. Sir, you're taking on John Behner. There you go. Behner, that'll do. Behner, Boner, whatever we want to call him. We'll call him John. You're fighting in this weekend on the Shamrock FC card. Well, since we last spoke, how has training been going? Have you done anything different? Have you maybe adjusted yourself since your last fight? Update us all on what's been going on.
Yeah, since last fight, I just reevaluated how everything went, and then this camp coming up, I just focused on strength and conditioning a lot. You know, I normally just like to do the fun stuff, punch people in the head and choke on their necks, but sometimes you got to work on a foundation of strength and, cardio. So made some big improvements in that area as well as on my basics.
Have you went to a specific strength and conditioning coach or regime?
Not a coach. He's the same coach, Rob Kimmons. And he's a certified personal trainer, so I've just spent a lot more time in my gym as opposed to before. Now I go in the mornings, do strength and conditioning, and then come back in the evenings and work on my skill sets.
Now that's the thing with this sport. A lot of people probably won't realise it's a fine art and balance itself in getting the right amount of strength and conditioning and the right amount of technical training, because you can do the technical training all day long, but if you haven't got the conditioning to do it for 3 rounds, well, it's not much use.
Yeah, I was finding that out.
So, what I mean is by that then, did you find then that with this conditioning going up, that you were able to have, let's say, the same output in the first round as you were in the third round when you're doing your training sessions, your sparring especially? Have you found now that, even the worst thing I think that, especially with any kind of fight game, is the grappling side of things, especially when you get to the cage and you and your opponents, it doesn't matter who's on which side, whenever you get one overhook and the other guy gets another, one over, one under, that's probably the most grinding of all. You're fighting for underhooks, you pull apart, and suddenly your arms just feel like the ground is pulling them down. It's like they're a dead weight. Have you found then with your strength and conditioning, it's not so hard as it was beforehand?
Yeah, well, it's been really hard to tell. I've been kind of worried about it. I've been training so hard, and so during camp, while we're doing our skill set, I might not really be at my optimal strength wise with everybody else, just because I'm lifting weights. But yesterday we had just some live drills after I had the weekend off, and we were going 100% with all the guys, and I felt great. So.
Well, that's good to hear. Then at least you've had like one little session on, 100% you, let's say, the best you can, like the most you can get out yourself, and like you said, you felt a bit of a difference. I suppose you won't really know how much of a difference until you get into the fight, and also if the fight gets to that stage, because you could go into the fight, you throw your first punch, you land on his chin, and he goes to sleep. There's nothing to say that won't happen, and then you sit there and go, well, why did I bother doing the strength and conditioning? But that's probably why he did it.
Yeah, well, if anything else, at least I got a nice beach body for the summer.
Well, that's really what it's all about, let's be honest, mate. It's coming up to that time. It's time to cut out the carbs now. All people around the world will stop eating carbs for summertime.
Right.
Right, look,
absolutely.
Your opponent, John, it's a fight that's, I'm sure you're wanting to go in, and you'll probably want to get a bit of everything out of it. You'll want to test out your conditioning, because it does help getting those kind of minutes on the clock in your experience meter. Let's say you've got a meter of experience. If you can get an extra few minutes, a couple of rounds in there, it's good experience for you. It's good to get that kind of knowledge, that ring time. It does help big. And also, you'll want to probably implement new techniques you've probably worked on. From your last fight, you said the strength and conditioning thing. Was there anything technical-wise that you wanted to work on?
Really, just I worked on all aspects, sharpening up my striking, and been doing a lot of cage work because that's really grueling. I don't think a lot of people understand that. If you're proficient at striking, it's not really that tiring, and it's kind of the same thing on the ground grappling. If you're proficient in it, you're used to doing it. You stay calm. It's not really that exerting, but the cage work, like you're saying, fight for underhooks, and that's really, it's not really fun to do.
No.
It's your cardio.
Yeah, it's the kind of session that everyone kind of goes, oh, whenever you've got to come and you're like, maybe I could. How do I get out of this one? I've got a tight hamstring. I better go and I better rest this one out. It's one of the lesser fun classes to do because it is just honking. I don't care. You'll get guys out there who train MMA. They'll be the highest level, and they go, I love everything about it. No, you don't. Don't lie. Just be honest. It sucks. Right? It does suck. I hated it. But the thing is, you've got. Do you know what? You have to do it. Like the one exercise was holding like a 20k plate, or even if you can get like a 25 kilo plate. Well, I think it's 45 pounds in America. 45-pound plate, and you get your back against the wall, and you've got to like scoot your bum and shoulders up. You've got to scoot. It's just like a squat up from the ground upwards.
Yeah.
And it's just, you're just doing it and you're thinking, why did I do this sport? Why didn't I take up something, like that's a lot easier? Why couldn't I have taken up, I don't know, beach volleyball? Yeah, why couldn't I have been a referee at women's beach volleyball? I could have been a referee doing that sport and I would have been the happiest man in the world. But no, you're doing that, and it's. Do you know what? Or you get the exercise where your guy he's holding both your legs. You're on the ground, and then you've got to get yourself up against the cage, and you've got to stand up with him grinding against you. It's rubbish, but it's. Do you know what? It does work in the fight. When you get to that, it's that muscle memory as well that you've got to drill into yourself. Because if you don't drill it enough, I find that muscle memory. You don't want to be thinking about what you got to do. Your body just wants to react.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been right there with you, thinking, why am I doing this? Maybe I should find something else, another hobby. But 99% of the time, I'm having a pretty good time, and I enjoy all the guys and the camaraderie in the gym. So I guess that's what keeps me around.
Yeah, that camaraderie it's unique, and I do think it's a special thing, and I admit, when you're not at the gym, you do miss it. As soon as you've gone, there's a part of you that straight away misses it. I found that anyway.
Right.
And look, I'm sure that the grinding sessions that you've been having up till from your last fight to now, they'll certainly pay off and they'll pay dividends. I'm sure that when you go up and you're fighting against John, everything from that last fight to now that you've been doing, it will probably shine, and you won't even realise it yourself. That's the thing, because you'll be doing it every day. You've been growing that 1% every day. You won't notice it, but I tell you what, I reckon your coaches will see it when you're fighting. That's the thing. I think they'll see it more than you will.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping on.
Don't hope. You will. That's what you got to do. It's all about positive mental attitude. You will. They will, and it will be shown. The crowd will love it, and you'll love it as well.
Thanks, brother.
It's not a problem, man. Look, Frank, you're fighting John on the Shamrock FC card this weekend. There's going to be a crowd of people there excited to watch the fights. They always have a good crowd. They always have a good turnout. They have good fights on all the time, Shamrock. It's a good promotion to be around. Look, people can tune in on the Shamrock FC website. If you just go on there, there is a link somewhere to go to the streams, so to speak, if you want to watch the fights live. If you can't actually get to the venue, which is understandable, if you live in somewhere like Fiji, you have to get online and watch it. So before I let you shoot off, Frank, what about your social media, man? How do people online maybe follow you, just join you on this little journey, little adventure you're having in MMA?
Sure. Facebook, it's Frank the Tank Manion, Manion, and that's my athletes page. You can hit me up there, and that's where I post all the updates of training and any upcoming fights.
Awesome stuff. Jump on his Facebook page, people. And have you got any sponsors at all? Or if you haven't got any sponsors, don't worry about it. Not everyone does.
Yeah, I got CNS Carpet Cleaning, and I also have JC Speedy Lube. So big shout out to those guys. It costs a lot of money to travel back and forth to training, and they've stepped up and helped take some of that burden for me.
Awesome stuff. That's great to hear that you got people backing you up, man. Last but not least, give a shout out to your gym, where it's at, how people can contact the gym if they want to go and train, and obviously your training partners and your friends and family and stuff, man. Just give them all the thanks.
Yeah, I train at Perseverance MMA. It's in Gladstone, Missouri. Just Google search it, and you'll see it right there. 7-time UFC veteran Rob Kimmons is my head coach. Is a great guy, and it's a great gym. I mean, for just getting in shape or self-defense, or if you think you want to have a career in the cage, our fight team is undefeated. So just give them a look up on social media. You should find it. And to my wife Kristen, she's a big supporter, and my 4 daughters. Everybody in my family is real supportive. So I just want to say I appreciate that, and that's pretty it. I'll just keep it short and sweet.
Look, Frank, have a great time. Have a fun weekend. Enjoy your fight. Again, when you get in there, when you finish the fight and it's all done, take as much as you can from it. Learn as much as you can. Take it back with you to the club and sit down with your coach. Break it down. Think how you're going to make yourself a little bit better for next time. And that's what it's all about. Each time you just got to push yourself to be better than the fight you were before. And that's what, you're going to try and do this weekend, I'm sure.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a good show.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Again, have a great fight. Enjoy your 2016. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute barn burner every time you step in there. And again, Frank, thanks very much for your time.
All right. Thanks, player.